Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel. Hope you guys are having a blast out there. Man, oh man, good buying prices at the moment. And man, have I got some good stuff in this video. So you want to hold on right towards the end there. I always have the timestamp, of course, so you can jump to the area that you want. But we've got some good updates in today's video, so check that out. And let's go, hex.com. Let's find out what happened today, 736, and that's just happened just a couple of minutes ago, so it's hot off the press. And what we've got, the 7th of December 2021, and we had the timestamp price of 13.5 cents, down 5.2% again, so 5 down days in a row. And ROI, so we're just still trying to find that bottom, and ROI, return on investment multiplier, from all-time low is the 5th of January 2020, and of course we're 2,398x on that just on price alone, excludes staking, of course. Payout per T-share Hex at the moment, 5.871. Now this is just so even higher than it used to be on average, so stakers are getting rewarded, and stakers beat traders over time, so very, very cool. T-share price 2,660, so definitely your cheapest time to get a T-share is now. Really is pretty cool. Let's go back. You see, way cheaper, even 30 days. Yeah, so now is super cheap time to pick up those T-shares and start earning that sweet, sweet Hex per T-share. And of course, we have some big penalty days. They're only going to get bigger in the future. You watch that's going to happen. All right, so T-share rate 19,650, another dot day. So 2 in a row after having quite a string of decent increases as we head towards 20,000. We need 350 to get it there at the moment, so we'll be watching that pretty closely. We've still got a few weeks before the end of the year. Average stake length 5.87 years, so that's definitely higher. And that would probably be what a lot of those short stake candles been coming out. So we're going to check that out, as we always do, for the 4-month view for maturing stakes later on. Annual percentage yield rate, interest and early in-stake penalties, 37.69%. And of course, that looks as terrific, doesn't it? Wow, 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 love it. All right, liquidity in the pool, 165.9 million Hex in the pool. And obviously that, let's have a look at it. That's the highest we've had, obviously reflecting the price. Liquidity in the pool, 25.25 million US dollars, and just slipped under 900 there on the east, 891. So obviously that can just jump back very quickly. Now that there can be eaten up by certain type of investors, and we're going to talk about that later in the video. So definitely stay tuned for that. You're going to love it. All right, so the total value locked 8.37 billion, and market cap at 77.85. So we've moved under 80 billion. That includes the Origin account as well, or Origin wallet. And so cool, cool, cool. T-share market cap is 28.9 billion, and our 10,864,521 T-shares in play. That's kind of our main staking number there. And of course, T stands for trillions of shares. If you're not familiar with that, there's so many shares. We just simplify it with the T shares. So you can have 10.8 million trillion shares, basically. Change in T shares of 593, so up slightly. A few little stakers in there getting in their little Hex per T share. Nice. I say a little bit, it's pretty big. So pretty cool. Total supply, 636.8 billion Hex, sorry, and mint inflation 22.7 million minted. And so that's pretty reasonable given the last 10 days at least. Circulating supply 575 billion, and increased circulating supply 59 million. Now we were expecting decent amounts through the month of November and December, so that's what we are getting. We did, and so just taking the account, we did have one good decrease day there, so we're up to 575. That, now remember, the majority of that is controlled by the Origin wallet, and a lot of the stakes that came out from there's 2 main staking addresses come out of the Origin wallet, and one of them had about seven stakes from memory, and the big ones came out on the 1st and 2nd. So I haven't actually checked to see whether those have been accounted for or restaked. I'm expecting the Origin wallet to do something out in a 10-year view, like 10 years out, to do another stake. That's what I'm expecting. So we'll see what that does, because Origin wallet really does impact the effective yield that you get in Hex, and that's how it also controls the inflation as well from that point of view. All right, so cool. Let's get up here. State supply, 61.8 billion, down 36 million. So obviously getting decreases as we expected. And let's move forward as we got all those candles coming out. All right, the stake percentage 9.71%, and still looking pretty decent. Obviously down on previous days due to the unstaking part. All right, let's have a look at the payout. 63.7, almost 63.8 million hex paid out, and 771,000 in penalties. Very good. That's a pretty good day in penalties, so we'll take that. And as you can see, the last 10 days, bar a couple, pretty modest. Otherwise, been doing pretty well. If we go back 20 days, look at that, beautiful. And of course, the unfortunate big penalty on the 720, and that's impacted the hex yield as well. So interesting. All right, so let's jump over to the holders. 389,627, man, we're almost at 390. And you know what's after 390? Yeah, that's right, 400. That's what we're heading up towards to total holders. So change total holders, 317. Current stake is up 50 to 71,922. And I noticed that on Staker app, we actually hit 72,000 on Staker app. So congrats Staker app and to all the Hexskins there. Total stakers 89,914, up 96, and current holders 271,491, and that's up 1. So also today I noticed that we were losing a few. There was some movement. I think we got a decrease in one shark on the Staker app, and dolphins, and so we had a bit of movement with this price decrease. So some paper hands possibly, some moving around. So it's always hard to tell all the detail, but I guess it's reflective of the price. So once again, it's the diamond hands that just Hex is designed for, that you get the payoff, right? So you guys keep those diamond hands. All right. Let's go to the T shares and liquidity. And you can see that we've got 84% pretty much just in the USDC pairs over here on version 2, version 3 in red, and version 2 in green, and the rest of it's in ETH, of course, and the other two pools. All right, let's have a look here. So current market price 13.8 cents says here, and the T-share rate $2,724. Now the yellow is the T-share price, and that's determined by the Hex price, which obviously down at the moment, just trying to find the bottom of this particular cycle. And then of course the share rate, which is just up and to the right, although we've had 2 dot days the last 2 days, but we're heading towards that 20,000 mark, and this is not coming down. So take that into account. All right, so that's cool. And the payout, of course, has been terrific, as we can see all these beautiful payouts as well. And the adoption is, while slowed down, is still up and to the right. So and that's gonna, you'll see that start to really accelerate. We'll start to get these steeper curves, and when PulseChain, PulseSwap, and all that good stuff starts actually coming to market. So this is the quiet before the storm, and some people, paper hands, will regret, and no doubt selling out with at this stage, especially at the bottom of the downtrend. Which I think we're pretty much close at. So here is the 15-year maturing stakes. Obviously, you've got a lot of the ones still at the front here, but there's all these gaps in between the next 15 years ahead of us. See here. So that's going to be fascinating. All right, so let's have a look at let's go deep dive into this area here for the 4 months, as we always do, and you can see the candles coming out over up until let's have a look here. This is the first, so we've just got these 2 big candles left, 17th of December, and also the 1st of January. So these are the last 2 big stakes coming out, and so yeah, I'm going to try and do a little bit more breakdown on that tomorrow. But we've got these otherwise pretty normal stakes come out. Some of them still got quite a big amount of X in there. But let's say we get to the 1st, we've got 346,000 T-shares. So that's about half of what we had when we previously started this commentary, where it was about 650,000. So we're down to that moment. So once again, all increasing circulating supply. People have got a couple of decisions to make. They can sell it, they can hold it, or they can stake it short, medium, or long. And obviously those decisions are going to make a big difference, especially with the PulseChain as well. But we're going to talk more about that later. Now let's look at Richard Hart on Twitter. There's no whale bot, nothing, no update on the whale bot. There's no big stakes or anything like that in the whale bot. So that was actually a good sign in my view. So anyway, we had Richard just giving 18 hours ago to saying stop falling for scams. You know, fake support, fake admins, fake giveaways, all the stuff. If you really understand the Hex product, you just sit back and relax. If anything, accumulate when the price is showing you some good times to get some T-shares. That's pretty much it. Also, you know, I on this channel always confirm having a staking ladder. So that's the other thing you might want to look at. So just take that into account. Here's a beautiful photo of from Hexologist. Thank you, a big Kowalski, for everything. He provided room, food, and translation for my whole family. That was his wife and child and parents, I believe. And while I was in London for the big Hex second birthday 731 gathering, I can't tell you how grateful and honoured I am to have such a good friend. And that's a brilliant photo and a lovely background as well. So hats off to them. And what else we got? So Richard here just talking about you know, Bitcoin and Hex prices. Just be cool. Yes, the Hex.com charts are still absolutely amazing. Here it is in 4K, so it's basically just chill. And once again, when the prices are lower, that's the time to pick up your T-shares. And so it's rather than not pick them up. And people do like to pay more money though, so maybe people will wait till it's worth a lot more, and maybe they'll be paying 10x times, 100x times more than they were going to. So pretty cool. So some educational videos from there as well, and very nice. So there's a cool little video about how much returns you can have. Here's a new website. This just come out 17 minutes ago. I actually never opened this up, so we'll try and open this up, see what this is all about. So this is hot off the press. I was going to open it up, but didn't end up doing that. So let's see what this is showing us. The new Hex website. Richard says, what do you say about this new Hex main website? Yeah. So Hex, the new main website. So let's hopefully pull that up if it's going to happen. Let's have a look here. Hopefully it may not have any security on it or something. It's taking a little while to render there. So that was the last update from Richard, which is cool. And we'll see whether that's going to actually render now. Taking a bit longer than I expected. We might come back to that. So let's jump on to PulseChain in the meantime. So PulseChain is obviously, we're waiting for PulseChain Testnet 2.0, and then obviously mainnet and of course PulseSwap sacrifice as well. So we'll wait for that. Here is the GitLab for PulseChain, and let's have a quick look. There are quite a lot of updates just in the last hour. So here we are, the BlockScout update in the last hour. The Hex Stats server was updated an hour ago. The Pulse Faucet was updated an hour ago, and the PulseChain Testnet was updated an hour ago. So is this imminent? So stay tuned. We may even have news today if this is really getting ready for a launch, because there are updates on just about every single page. So there was, the last updates were about 6 days ago or so. We had to update yesterday of the compression allocations, the distribution files for the sacrifice. There was an update in there yesterday. So not yesterday, 2 days ago. So let's see what happens. I may end up talking about that later on today. Who knows? We're expecting it this week though, still, and it looks like more likely now with those updates. So cool. All right, here's the BlockScout. This is Testnet 1.0, still running along, 4.5-second blocks. Of course, they're going to end up being 3-second blocks, but this is still ticking away. Look, still going away. Look, blocks going and happen. Another block there. Very cool. Enjoy super fast and cheap fees there for sure. Actually, let's come back to. Oh no, can't seem to see that link that Richard gave us. So we'll come back to that. All right, finally, the PulseChain timeline. Now this is going to be a lot of cool discussion here, so stay with us folks, because it's going to be pretty cool. All right, so obviously this is the full roadmap. We have the PulseChain sacrifice running all the way through, and of course we're expecting PulseChain Testnet. That's in this window here at the moment, so it's been shortened, but this is when we're expecting it. We just saw the updates in the GitLab. So this could be pretty imminent. We're going to wait for Richard's official announcement, of course, even if we do see it up early. Just take that into account. Obviously, if we see the Block Explorer customized for PulseChain Testnet 2.0 with the PulseChain thing, then you'll definitely know we're on the PulseChain Testnet 2.0 because that's one of the key things, branded BlockScout, Block Explorer. So that's cool. That looks looking very good now, very good in this window. So that means that we've still got our same time frame for PulseChain Mainnet, which has now got a shorter window. This is based on 2 to 3 updates, particularly the last update, as I posted yesterday with Suppo Man. And of course, the sacrifice is looking good for the PulseChain Pulse Swap sacrifice, looking good as well. Particularly, I have the estimate between 27th. Probably around about the 27th of December is where I've got the expected start date for the Pulse Swap sacrifice at the moment. So it's just my based on the 3 to 4 weeks that Richard gave. So that's probably that 3-week mark. So we'll see how that goes. It could be earlier, but this is the kind of window here. I've got the window here at the 23rd, but it's most likely to be, around the 27th. Although, they were talking roughly about Christmas, but the 3 weeks from when they were talking is about the 27th. So we'll look forward to that just after Christmas, possibly. But you never know if Richard could be a nice little early surprise. Cool. And then we've got PulseChain and the Pulse Swap. So nice. Now here's the big thing I want to talk about today: HexScale. Yes, HexScale. So why this video is going to be a little bit longer, folks. But I hope you enjoy it because I think this is pretty exciting. So Kinetics was on live stream, I think about 8 hours ago, and with Wales Only, who's also working with a Kinetics team developing these products. So these large investor / institutional level investments, also for individuals to usher in their IRA investments as well, because what they're going to do, they're going to have a private trust, and then they're going to make public trust, and of course they're going to also have some products for individuals around taxation and lots of other benefits as well. But the big one that we're looking at for is the private trust, and what they're going to be doing is they've got a distribution arm already that has $1 billion under management. So this is looking awesome. And this is like Bitcoin scale, gray scale for Bitcoin, but this is like Hex scale, and this is really cool. Richard loves this, absolutely loves this, because this is big demand money. This is big buying, making Hex, buying a lot of Hex on the market. And what happens basically, Hex scale is going to lock it up for the max period, so 15 years. So that means it's going to get the maximum bonuses with the 10-year rate, 3,000. With the 10-year lockup rate, and it's then going to also stake to the full 15 years. So that, imagine the Hex is going to be locked up and staked for the maximum reward. It's going to keep accumulating all those rewards and getting super high yield. And then also, then what is going to happen is that, so it's going to get a private raise, it's going to raise lots of money. I don't know what their targets are. We're going to find out more when Kinetics officially launch it. But it's still on play for December. So in fact, possibly even within the next week. So we'll just let them decide the time frame, because they're the ones running the project. But it's pretty awesome. And so they have a private target level that they'll want to raise through their distribution already that they have, which has $1 billion under management. And then, of course, they also are going to move to a public listing, and that would be something made possibly like NASDAQ. And that means that anybody could invest it, just like you invest in Apple or something like that. If you've got access to that, you'll be able to invest into it. And instead of owning the underlying Hex stakes, which will be maximum yield, you will own own the shares in that trust, and so you'll be able to buy in and out at a certain share price. So very exciting. So obviously, as Hex, the positive is obviously that with the buying, it will slightly lower the yield that everyone gets, because it's like having another Origin wallet coming in and buying. But on the positive, it will be buying Hex off the market and then lifting the price, and this is exactly what you want. This is how value is increased. So when we're talking about Hex in dollars and $10 and all that sort of stuff, 10x, 100x, this is how it's done by big investment vehicles coming in and it's the same thing that happened to Bitcoin. So the very, very exciting stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this big Easter egg golden nugget from Kinetics and Wells Only and the rest of his team. I think Crypto Cabana's in there as well. Pretty exciting stuff. And yeah, I'm super. This is what we're talking about. And this is one of many things. So this is not to do with Overwatch or any other big whales out there doing their own thing. This is a whole another new big thing coming in to do buyer's demand. So remember, if demand is greater than supply, price goes up, and that's what this is. This is demand side buying, and this could be really cool. I think a lot of people are going to regret selling, and hey, that's their choice, right? If they made good returns, that's good. They made good profits, good. But you know, diamond hands going to win at the end of the day. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, of course, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.